Hello everyone, today we shall learn regarding meaning and concept of emotion. This is the brief outline that we are supposed to learn. Introduction, what are emotions, characteristics of emotions, classification of emotions, role of teachers in proper emotional development in children. Let us begin with introduction. Our emotions, it plays quite a significant role in guiding and directing our behavior. Many a time, emotions, it can be seen to dominate our behavior in such a way that we have no solution other than behaving as per their wish. And on the one hand, if a person has no emotional current in him, then he becomes crippled in terms of living his life in a normal way. So hence, emotions, we can say that it plays really a key role in providing a particular direction to our behavior and thus shaping our personality according to their development. Now, what are emotions then? When we look back to the etymological meaning, the word emotion, it has been derived from the Latin word emovere, which means to stir up or to excite, and therefore emotions may be understood as an agitated or excited state of our mind and body. Let us make it clear with a definition. First of all, definition shared by Woodward. Emotion is a moved or state up state of an organism. It is a state up state of feeling, that is the way it appears to the individual himself. It is a disturbed muscular and glandular activity, that is the way it appears to an external observer. So we have learned that emotion, it is a state of feeling which is state of within, but it can be seen from the external observer, which we can see in the external scenario. Grow and grow. Emotion is an affective experience that accompanies generalized inner adjustment and mental and physiological state of states in the individual, and that shows itself in his overt behavior. So even Grow and Grow have also shared that it is about the inner adjustment, but which can be seen or which can be observed from the external behavior. Charles G. Morris, emotion is a complex affective experience that involves diffuse physiological changes and can be expressed overtly in characteristic behavior patterns. So we have seen that emotion, it is a state of feeling that state up from within, but that can be characterized from the overtly behavior. To see the nature and characteristics of emotions, emotional experiences are associated with instinct or biological drives. Emotions are complex and affective mental state of the living organism. Emotions are the product of perception or are innate responses. The core of an emotion, we can say that it is feeling. Emotions, it brings physiological changes. Emotions exist in every living organism. Emotions are extremely individualistic and they differ from person to person. Emotions are the motivating factors which impel and direct a person towards actions. Same emotion, we can say that it can be aroused by a number of different stimuli, objects or situations, and emotions rise abruptly, but it die down slowly, it takes time, and one emotion it can give birth to a number of the likewise emotions. So these are the nature and the characteristics of emotions which we can elaborate from the meaning and the definition itself. When we classify the emotions, we can classify emotions into primary emotions, secondary or blended emotions, and the derived emotions. Let us see the details of the primary, secondary, and the derived emotions. Now, when it comes to classification of emotion, it was William McDougall who offered a clear and broad classification of the emotions. Now, what is primary emotions? These primary emotions are those which are derived by the influence of a particular instinct. Such emotions has a definite instinctive tendency which is associated very closely. And in the words of McDougall, primary emotion, it is an indicator of the instinctive impulse at work. So, for example, we can say fear with which the instinct of escape is associated automatically, appetite with which the instinct of food seeking is associated automatically, etc. So, this shows about the primary emotion exists in an individual. Now, secondary or blended emotions. These secondary emotions are called blended emotions. And when more than one emotions are combined or mixed to produce a result or reaction or responses, such emotions we call it as secondary or a blended emotions. When several emotions are combined towards the same result, we say that such emotions are named as the secondary or blended type of emotions. Say for example, combination of the anger and disgust, it leads to the feeling of hatred to a person. Likewise, the combination of distress and subjection, it may lead to the feeling of the loneliness or the isolation, etc. So such kind of emotions we call as secondary or blended emotions. Now, let us see what is derived emotion. Now, derived emotions may be called as the acquired emotions. Such type of emotions are neither fundamental or basic nor blended type. So, these are situational with which the past experiences or the future expectations of the individual have close relationship. Example of such type of emotions, it may be given as confidence, faith, hope, etc. And psychologists are of the opinion that there are few more common types of the emotions which remain present in everybody, such as anger, fear, joy, and sorrow, etc. So this is about the derived emotion. Now let us see the role of teachers in proper emotional development of the children, or the role of education in the classroom scenario or within the educational institution. So we know that emotional development, it depends upon the physical and the physiological development, and therefore every care is to be taken for the proper physical development of the children. Children should be made to learn the ways of the healthy living. Secondly, home atmosphere, it exercises a good amount of influence over the emotional character of the children. So therefore, teachers should seek active cooperation of the parents in making the atmosphere of the home suitable for proper emotional development. Teachers, they should try to know the causes of emotional maladjustment of children and find out how far home atmosphere and parents are responsible for this, and accordingly they should take suitable steps for the proper emotional development of the children along with the active cooperation of the parents. In the educational institution, there should be an adequate provision for various co-curricular activities for the full expression and outlet of the emotional energies of the children. Instructional methodology and curriculum, it should also be dynamic, progressive, and child-centric. It should be according to the need of the children. Children should get deserved love and sympathy from the teachers. So the individuality should be respected and individual differences be recognized, and the teacher should see that the basic emotional needs of the children are satisfied in the classroom or school. So the teacher should be very much conscious about the individual differences and the recognition and the identity, and to give importance to every individual child. With the help of the positive method of controlling and training the emotions, the emotional tension present in the minds of the children, it should be removed or it can be removed, and the creation of the undesirable complexes can be avoided to a certain extent. And we know, but it has been said that emotions are caught, they are not taught. So therefore teachers should refrain from any act of behavior which can bring undesirable influence on the emotional development of the children or which may disrupt their behavior. They must put their own example before the children for the refined emotional expressions and the behavior. So we have learned that we should be very much careful while dealing with children regarding the emotional development. We should give them support, love, and cooperation in the classroom as well as in the home environment. So this is all about the role of teachers in emotional development of the children. Thank you.